The turning point for me was, I guess the realization moment was when my youngest son had asked me middle of the week to take him to go see a movie. And mind you, y'all, I started my business with a greater purpose and a passion in mind. But also part of that was because I wanted the ability to work for myself and be able to take time to do things with the people who are most important to me, right? And I've lost that along the way. Sad to admit. And so when my son asked me to go see a movie, instantly I became anxious. And I'm like, why am I anxious? I'm anxious because he wants to see a movie on a Tuesday and it's going to throw off my workflow and it's going to then, disrupt my evening routine to then put me into an effective place for Wednesday and then set me back, right? Because I had some big things that I had time blocked to do that day that of course didn't get done because I was trying to put out a million fires that day. And so for me, I realized, okay, what is this about for me? Like, what is this life about for me? It's about spending time and being there for the people that I love the most. And this is just one instance of many that have crept up with my family, with specifically my children, in which I just prioritized work over and not, doesn't seem like a big deal, right? Like, okay, you're too busy, you can't do it tonight. But this is something that's come up often. It was just this particular moment where I realized, okay, this is happening too often for me. I don't like it. Okay. The other thing I realized was I was editing podcasts in bed at 10 o'clock at night. And if, again, you've listened to my podcast, I've said before that don't bring work to bed with you. But if you've been on my Instagram stories, you've seen me in bed with my laptop quite often because I usually am like, screenshotting what I'm working on, right? Not cool. Don't want to be editing podcasts in bed at 10 o'clock. Then, my son's passing through just said, you know what? You're just like a working zombie. You sit at the kitchen table and we walk in and out and, even though the conversations we're having, you're just kind of like face deep and like everything that's happening around you is like non-existent. Okay. That was another red flag for me. Probably one of the biggest, I'd say the top one was the realization that I'm not spending enough time with my children in the capacity of which feels good for me. And the second was I've been neglecting my own personal gym time. I know, mic drop, gasp, right? The queen of Boss Bitch Radio is telling you that she's been neglecting her gym time. And I realized, how am I going to sit behind this mic and tell y'all to make time for your life, prioritize yourself, put yourself first? And I've been neglecting my own health and fitness routines, right? I'm not competing anymore, but I still want to feel good in my body, look sexy, feel confident, feel strong. And also, if you've, again, been here long enough, you know that my fitness routine is a huge part of my mental health routine. And this has gone hand in hand as to why I have been feeling meh lately, right? And overwhelmed. So, my gym sessions have been far and few between. I think 1 week I got 1 workout in, 2 workouts in. And this is coming from somebody who's generally in the gym 5 to 6 days a week, even if I'm not competing, because I need to be in there moving my body and just getting some endorphins and just having my own self-care time. And I've been neglecting that. And I did realize there was a lot of mental fog and fatigue also. So this is another reason why I knew my work-life balance was very, very imbalanced, right? The work, if you're looking at a teeter-totter, and on one end of the teeter-totter is work, and the other end is life and like personal growth and health and self-care. I'm sitting at the rock bottom of that teeter-totter and work is at the top. So I knew something's got to change. Okay.